Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Here to tell us all about Dubai Active is Kelsey Wells, American fitness influencer and woman extraordinaire. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you. This is not your first time in Dubai, and right before we went live here, you explained that touching back down was an emotional moment for you. Why was that?
You know, I think it was an accumulation of not traveling for a couple years and not doing live events for a couple years, and then Dubai was the last place that I went. So in 2019, I was also at the Active show, and obviously when I was there, I didn't realize it would be my last event for a long time, but it was. And when we were planning this and I got invited back, I was so excited, but it just didn't feel real. Like, it just didn't hit me. And when that third flight was finally, we were coming into Dubai, I just was like, oh my gosh, it's real. I'm here, it's happening, and it feels very full circle. And I was always grateful for being able to do live events and travel the world, but it became normal and I started taking that for granted. And so now I just have this whole new level of gratitude for these experiences, and I'm so excited.
And we're going to get into Dubai Active in a little bit, but first of all, let's learn about you, because, for example, you are a fitness expert. You have millions of followers on social media. You do fitness events. You have your own training programs. Tell us a little bit about how that all began.
Oh man, how many hours do you
have? We have time.
So, you know, it's interesting because I actually didn't grow up into health or fitness whatsoever. I danced.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and I danced. I loved dancing, and then when I was 16, I had to quit. And between 16 and 24 years old, I was pretty sedentary. There was no form of exercise that was regularly part of my life. I didn't enjoy it at all. I unfortunately fostered a lot of very toxic lies and mindsets, like exercise was about punishing your body or changing the way you looked, or, you know, nutrition or eating healthy meant extreme calorie restriction or fad diets. And those things are not true, but I had no understanding of fitness and nutrition. And it was actually after the birth of my son, who's now 7, I was experiencing some pretty severe postpartum depression and anxiety, and one of my midwives asked me, do you exercise, when we were seeking like some treatments for me. And I was like, no offense, what does that have to do with anything? And she's like, well, it might help. It might. And so I promised her that I would try. And so at 24 years old, I began exercising for the very first time to help my body and myself heal instead of out of hate for my body. And that changed my whole life. And it was something that blew my mind. I mean, I feel like it was a true epiphany, and it wasn't magic. You know, I have anxiety to this day. It's just part of my human experience, right? But I was able to cope holistically with a lot that was going on in my life and truly use exercise and fitness as a tool for self-empowerment, which I didn't believe was possible before. So after that happened, I just wanted everyone to know that, especially women. I was like, you guys, it's not what we think, right? And I started sharing my journey publicly maybe a year later, so not right away. And it's wild how it's all unfolded. I mean, everything, I'm more shocked by it all than anyone, I think.
That's so interesting.
But yeah.
What's crazy is that, like, that story is incredible, but it's also something we've all been through. Like, that kind of like, oh, I exercised until I was 15, 16, then it didn't work out, and then sometimes we get back into it in our 20s and sometimes we don't, and especially when you went through the birth of your child and then you managed to do it. So when you jumped into social media, what was kind of the first video that went viral, or the first time that you felt that you actually connected with people?
You know, I think I started feeling that connection far before I ever had a big following, right? Right off the bat, started following a few women who inspired me, and they followed me back, and I had like 200 followers. And for a couple of weeks, it was just so simple and small, but it was so
for a couple of weeks, interesting.
And it was a different time. I mean, I grew organically, and I grew really quickly. And I'm the first to say, like, I don't know how, why, but I did. And the thing is, I do want to make this point. It's always about the depth of something and not the width of it, right? And I know that in this day and age, everyone's seeking to grow on socials, which is not a bad thing. However, I don't want people to forget that what matters is the actual connection, like you have brought up. And connection happens when we're vulnerable and when we're authentic. And whether you are connecting vulnerably and authentically with 1 human or 1 million, it doesn't matter. And the feeling's the same, right? And that reward of lifting each other up and empowering each other, it's there, and that's what matters. And that's what I've always focused on. So you can do that despite, any numbers. Which
is incredible. Does that get harder as your account grows though? Because it's harder, I guess, like we have a couple of 100,000 followers, and we have a machine of people who are trying to respond to DMs. Every single morning there's like 15 or 20.
It's hard.
How do you manage that? And how do you manage the whole social media side of
honestly, I should have a team behind it. I don't. I've always run my own socials. And that's something that I always felt like, I might not be able to get to 80%, 90% of the DMs, but the ones that I do get to, it's me. Mm-hmm. And I always want anyone that I'm connecting with to know that it's me, whether it's through a comment, through liking a comment, through responding to a message. And I also hope people, understand that I'm human and I'm a mom. And for a long time, I did really try to get back to everything and everyone, and I just physically, literally can't.
Yeah.
But I do my best to connect genuinely when I have the time and when I'm able to. And that's kind of what I try to focus on. But yeah.
As you've probably seen coming to Dubai Active before, we are a city of fitness influencers and fitness trends, and a lot of people, it's a fitness city. And although you said you don't know why you grew, is there any kind of secret sauce to getting to where you are?
To where I am. Like, in what sense?
Just in terms of growing your profiles and connecting with audiences. Is it the type of content, or is it consistency, or is it talking to people, or what do you think?
I wish I could say, and trust me, like, I'm not trying to keep any secrets. If I knew, I would. Mm-hmm. But I know a couple things. I might not know the answer to everything, but I do know as far as socials, all the algorithms and all that technical stuff aside, you can't grow successfully and have success in any sense if you're not authentic and if you're not true to yourself. And the other kind of key is working really hard. Mm-hmm. If you are authentic and you work really hard and try to innovate instead of imitate, don't worry about so much about what everyone else is doing, but take those who you're inspired by and do you. I think that's what should be focused on more than trying to chase algorithms or figure out, a secret. It's just really focus on those two things, and I believe things will fall into place for you, and you will be successful. And whether that looks like through numbers or whatever else, I don't know, but I do believe that, and I've seen that in my own life and many others.
When people look at people on social media, they think that they know them. But for you, what is your favorite part of your day? Whether it's like something that's clear to the audience or not, and what is the most challenging part of your day?
Ooh, that's a great question. I've never been asked that. I'd say the best part of my day is the pieces of my day where I get to be with my husband and my son. Just the three of us at home. We have a puppy as well, so I'll say the four of us. Anderson would be offended if I didn't include Paddington.
I love the name. Anderson.
So Anderson is my son. Paddington is his brother, our dog. So, but anytime that I'm at home with them, it's everything. I mean, and the more, life unfolds, the more that you really realize how much that matters. And the most challenging parts, I think it depends on the day, right? Some days I wake up and it's going to be a tough day mentally for my anxiety, and I just feel that and I know that, and that's a challenge. And some days, something unforeseen will come up, something will go wrong with work, something won't work out, whatever it might be. Maybe you get hard news from a loved one. There's always going to be new challenges that arise every day, but for me, I really try to cultivate, and I work hard to maintain a perspective of positivity and gratitude, and not like rose-colored glasses, like everything's fine all the time and be happy all the time, but just when I have challenges and hard parts to my day, I try to stay grounded in the things that matter most. I'm alive, my family's alive, we're healthy, and I'm just take it back to that and try to stay grateful. And I think having challenges is kind of how we grow, right? So I try to look at those as positives in a sense as well. if that makes sense.
True. All very human responses. I think we all just really appreciate being at home with our families.
Yeah.
And the challenges come day by day.
Yeah.
You're in town for Dubai Active. It's taking place this weekend down at Dubai World Trade Center. Tell us, what's your involvement with it?
Yeah, so I am going to be there doing a live workout, which I'm so excited about. It's been so long. Live power session. Power is my workout programs are called the Power Programs,
okay.
PWR. And so we're going to do an epic live session and then a Q&A following the next day. And then after both of those will be a meet and greet. So it'll be a workout and a meet and greet on the 29th, and then a Q&A and a meet and greet on the 30th. So
okay, so
come and join us.
Well, we want to. Shahir and I constantly talk about our fitness aspirations. Where would we say our level is? We're kind of newbie / into amateurish, but we've been to the gym.
Love it.
But we're not great. What would it be like for us in terms of doing your power workout? What do I need to bring with me, and what fitness level do I need to have?
Yeah, so it's a bodyweight session, so you don't need to bring any type of equipment. A mat is recommended, of course, and water bottle. But other than that, this session is really tailored for any and all fitness levels. Whether you are brand new to exercise, whether you've been training with me or just in the gym for years, I'm going to meet you where you're at, because nothing is rep-based. Everything is based on time under tension. So everyone will be doing, one exercise for 30 seconds. Whether you do 10 reps or 100 reps in those 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. Everyone's going to be there, giving it their best and pushing from where they are. And that's all my live workouts are structured that way, because everyone is welcome. The energy, there is nothing like it. So please, if you don't have anyone to go with, still come. 100%. If you are completely brand new to fitness, please still come. I know you won't regret it if you do. And yeah, it's suited for everyone. And
this is your second time with Dubai Active. Have you any idea how it's going to be a little bit different to the time that you were here previously?
Yeah, it's going to be different. I'm different. I think all of us are different after the last couple of years. We always are growing, right, and evolving in life, period. But especially across the pandemic and all that's been happening globally, I'm definitely different than I was when I was last here. And with that, I've really deepened my message has always been the same with fitness and helping. As a fitness professional, my main goal is truly to help people understand that fitness is about caring for your health, and that your health is mental and emotional as well as physical. So this time I'm in a different place, and I am better able to really focus on that. And our session is going to be a bit different than all the live sessions that I've done previously, because I'm ready and I understand now how I can literally and tangibly help people and show the people that come and teach them how to make your exercise mindful and make that a tool for self-empowerment. Like, there's literal things that you can do, and we'll be doing those. And it includes mindfulness, it includes affirmations,
Amazing.
It includes setting intention. So yeah, it's going to be very different, but I'm just so excited, and I think it's going to be good.
It's a powerful message to share, guys. That was Kelsey Wells with In Town with Dubai Active. She's going to be down at Dubai World Trade Center this weekend. You can learn all about it on Dubai Active socials, or of course with Kelsey Wells herself on her socials. If people want to reach out to you, it's kind of obvious, but how can they do that?
Yeah, DM me. I do try to get through them. I allocate some time every day, whether it's 10 minutes or 2 hours. I do look at them and respond to what I can, so I'd love to hear from you.
It's a beast, guys. That is it for us on the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you so much for joining, and we're back with you every single weekday morning, same time, same place. Stay safe, wash your hands. Bye-bye.